Yo, what is going on, homies? It's your boy Stumped back for another OPTC video, and in today's video, we're talking about rerolling and what are the best characters to start the game with when it comes to OPTC in 2024. Now, with the release of the Headstar Super Sugo Fest banner, this banner will be available for new players all the time. So if you're a newer player coming to the game, welcome to OPTC. If you need anything, my name's Stump. Let me know in the comment section below if we can be of your acquaintance. Otherwise, just enjoy the ride. But if you are summoning on this banner, hopefully this video helps you guys out with what are the best characters to be re-rolling for. So, I did a video breaking down this particular banner. You have access to this banner for 3 days if you are watching this before that, or if you are thinking about starting the game again, just to try and re-roll and get some better characters. Maybe you got unlucky on New Year's, maybe you got unlucky when Gear 5 came around. You want to go back, grind up the game for 3 days, take some days off work, do whatever you need to do, get as many gems as possible, and go absolutely AWOL on this banner. Now, on this banner, every character is a 15% chance rate, every multi has a 15% chance of dropping a red. Every single multi will have a red poster as the last poster, and then from the 10th, 15th, 20th, and 25th, you have particular Super Sugo Fest characters guaranteed on top of other amazing steps. On top of that, every single unit will be 4-star or better, and from the 4th to 25th, every unit will be 5-star or better. If the character has an unlock power socket, you will get them at max, which is very, very good. They come at max special, they come at max special level, they come at max rumble ability as well, which is just absolutely busted. So every single character you pull from this banner is just going to be very, very valuable. Honestly, doing the 25 multis as a new player, getting as many gems as possible in those 3 days, through stuff like story mode, extra island, coliseums, all of that stuff. Check out my how to start guide if you guys want to try and get gems as quickly as possible. It will be an absolute grind to do so. I do want to make that very clear. If you guys are going to try and do this free to play, from the 1st to the 25th multi, you are looking at a whopping, what is it? I tried to do the math very, very quickly, but didn't really get there in time. It's like, what, 1,500 gems for 30 multi, so 1,750 gems in 3 days. Just playing the game will take a little while to do. It's not going to be done overnight. You are going to have to play the game pretty hard. Oh, actually, not 1750, 1250. I'm the spoon. You are going to have to play the game pretty hard, but look, there's very, very accessible gems through the story mode. Doing stuff like garbage challenges, all that kind of stuff. And with these characters already maxed out, it's going to make your life very, very easy. Like, very, very easy. So, like I said, I might look at putting together a reroll guide and actually start the game when this drops. For me, it'll be the 17th, I believe, which, from what I'm looking at my calendar, will be in 3 days' time. Fortunately for me, I am going to be quite busy, so I don't know if I'll have enough time to just actually sit down and grind the game per se. But hey, I might do it in terms of you're playing the game with limited time and see how far you can get, because a lot of this is very, very good. But we're here to talk about the characters on the banner. Now, it does have every single regular legend and every Super Sugo Fest character. Now, this banner only lacks Kazuna legends and Treasure Map legends, and yes, and PvP legends. But yes, they are very valuable units. However, the Super Sugo Fest ones, the ones that you see right here, are the most valuable units in the entire game. These characters here are going to get you the furthest in terms of power, in terms of speed, accessibility, buildable teams, all of that jazz. These are the characters that you want. If you pull any of these characters, be very, very happy. There are some exceptions, as always. However, these are the characters that you want to see. Namely, the top 3 being Zoro Sanji, Roger and Odin, and Yamato. These 3 characters right here are the New Year's Super Sugo Fest characters. They only came out like a month and a bit ago. By the time I'm recording this video, their banners are still live. Like, they have some of the best abilities in the game. They have the most power. They have crazy rush. However, there are some other characters that came a little bit before them that are very, very good as well. Stuff like Gear 5, who is guaranteed on the 25th multi. Characters like Zoro works exceptionally well with Gear 5. Stuff like Sanji and his rush ability, how fantastic he is. And then other very powerful characters like Roger and Newgate for stuff like PvP. Kid can still be very, very valuable in PvP. You got stuff like Straw Hat Crew V2, fantastic starting unit for basically everyone. But these characters here are the ones that you definitely want to get. As for everything else, you do have every single legend in the game on this particular banner. So these characters you will definitely pick up as time goes on, just through regular tickets. You'll get lucky, you'll get unlucky. Some of them have super evolutions, some of them have side grades, some of them have level limit breaks, but most of them you don't have to worry about because a lot of them you will see through ticket gains. So we're going to start it off with some very valuable characters for starting players, starting from the bottom, going upwards. The first one is Rayleigh. This particular character, again, remember, I'm talking regular Sugofest characters here. These characters you should not chase. The Super Sugo ones, they're the ones that are going to be very valuable to reroll for. But if you pick up this particular Rayleigh, and actually something I do want to preface before we start to, keep one copy of every single legend. Like, don't sell legends. Like, I don't care if you think they're bad, always keep one copy of each legend. But this particular Rayleigh is very, very good. His special ability does bind duration with his 6-star, but he has a super evolution with regular skulls that makes him very, very nice. But the upside to this unit, he goes on a Luffy. His support removes 2 turns of despair, bind, and paralysis. Very, very good support. I would keep one copy for the level 1 ability 2 for the bind and despair. But just a fantastic regular legend. Again, don't chase these characters, but if you see that unit, be very, very happy. Next, you've got Corazon, very similar to that Rayleigh. This unit goes on Law. He does the same thing, bind, despair, paralysis as a support, but as a sub, he's a very, very good unit when you 6+ him, having some great utility with healing, bind, despair removal, paralysis removal, and stuff like that. Next, you've got Barto. This unit you're never going to use in regular play. However, just like the previous 2 units, he goes on Robin and Cavendish, and he removes 3 turns of paralysis whenever you're inflicted. Namely, this works on Robin. You don't ever use Cavendish, but this support is very, very good. Moving up the list now, Buggy's probably the next character we'll talk about. Besides Nami, Karina, this is the only unit in the game that will guarantee you a double drop for treasure. The 5+ Luffy can give you more EXP, and I think there's another free-to-play Buggy that gives you a chance of an extra drop, but this unit will guarantee that extra drop as a captain. Very, very good at farming quests that are very easy, and that way you can pick up a lot of extra gains for your account nice and early. Again, let these characters come to you. Don't go chasing them, but if you do see them pop up on your account, be very, very happy because they are going to see quite a bit of play. As for everything else, like Garp has quite a nice support. He goes on stuff like Kobe for special bind removal. Halloween Ace have fantastic support for Luffy characters, and if you are going to the end where you're going to get something like Gear 5s or Luffy Yamato, you can remove bind. Not that that's like super clutch, but like, you know, it's definitely a very good support. Fantastic sub characters for your team. You have stuff like Sober Mask. Any Straw Hat characters are all very valuable underneath Gear 5. Sober Mask is a great pickup. Shanks Crew is a very good unit for the early stages. Wano Law is a fantastic unit underneath Gear 5 as well. Moving up the list, getting to some of the bigger names now. Brook is a great unit to have. Robin Jinbei is a fantastic character. This unit is a fantastic sub for the team. Kinemon Dendro is definitely a very, very good character as well with defense up and damage reduction removal. Moving up the list, you've got Hiyori. A very, very, very good sub-unit. Great healing, block orb manipulation, and bind and despair removal. Excellent unit. Momo, an EXP captain. I think I glossed over Jack, but this particular, and sorry, Marco, this particular Momo as a captain will actually double your EXP. A fantastic unit when you are starting the game for new players. But again, all these characters I wouldn't really chase. But there are a couple of exceptions up the top here that will be very, very valuable for your account if you are a new player. The first character is Uta. This particular Uta is a free spirit, and that's what makes her very, very good. On top of that, she has a captain swap mechanic, and she does an attack boosting buff and a color affinity buff, I believe, for free spirit and shooter characters. She boosts attack, and then she also, she's a conditional booster as well. But the upside to her is, as a captain, she has the ability to remove special bind. Now, early in the game, removing special bind can be very, very annoying, because if your captain doesn't remove it, you need to have a limit break ability to remove that. Or you will need to, if you get hit by fear, you will need a limit break potential ability. So very annoying stuff. But her as a captain, she can actually remove 10 turns of despair. And then when you swap her into a captain, she can actually do stuff with special blind as well, reducing up to 6 turns. And then as a captain, she removes it as well with her special proc and that musical note buff. As I mentioned, Sai Momo is a fantastic unit to have. Not only is he a great captain for speed farming content, getting a lot of EXP, he works great for the PKA auto strat. He's just going to be so good there. Just end of turn damage to make it very easy to hit on, like I said, on auto. But his special is actually really, really good, removing damage reduction and attack down. He's a 4-turn attack booster, and he's a trigger, another trigger for Gear 5 as well. So Momo's a character you definitely want to be looking out for, and hopefully you pick him up along the way. Other characters on this list, this Law is very, very good. Quick Law is a fantastic unit underneath Gear 5. He can be your attack booster for the crew. He can heal. He's great in some of the harder pieces of content as well. He has Super Tandem, which works exceptionally well with the Luffy Rush ability if you are guys going for like the crazy Luffy stuff. But like I said, as for these characters here, if you pull them, awesome. Like, if you don't, it's kind of whatever. But the big ones are these characters right here. Now, as for the units that are guaranteed, you are going to pick up Odin just by logging in. I kind of wish Odin wasn't on this banner, but this is a unit that it's going to hurt when you see this character because you're going to get him guaranteed. So, but look, getting him to 150 is great. I'm trying to find a silver lining here for you guys. He's great in Rumble, so hopefully that helps you a little bit. But at the 10th multi, you are going to pick up Roger. Now, Roger is a fantastic unit to have, and having him guaranteed is really, really nice. He's a great unit for PvP. He can go on a lot of different teams. Remember, you're getting these characters at max PvP as well. He's going to go on a lot of different teams, like Psy teams, Free Spirit teams, Slasher teams, and you can do a lot of really, really fun stuff with him early. But as a new player, the upside to having this unit, he has the ability to remove beneficial effects and remove accumulated values. He's a rainbow 4.5 times attack boost. He completely removes despair, which is great. And you can just build out any team you like. His super type is very easy to get with something like Odin, who you're going to get free as well. So now you can always run that Roger-Odin combination and beat a lot of very, very mid to starting being hard content. Like you can beat a lot of hard content, I should say, with Roger and Odin still. And both the units have 6 pluses, making them very, very good too. Next, you've got Straw Hat Crew. Unfortunately, they did not make Straw Hat Crew guaranteed. I was kind of thinking that they would make this unit guaranteed still because he was on the last Super Sugo Fest starting banner. His captain ability will give himself 4 turns of cooldown and a rainbow 5.25. But the upside to this unit is when they are the captain, any special that affects types and classes will apply to the whole crew, excluding the positions, rarities, cost, all that kind of stuff. It will all apply to every single character on the crew. On top of that, they have one of the best final taps in the game, where they take all the damage that you dealt at 1.2 times and add it as a tap timing final damage. Great for getting around stuff like resilience, great for doing literally just doubling your damage when you have it maxed out. But even if you just pull 1 copy, you are going to have the final tap level 1, and that is going to allow you to do a quarter of your damage as just final tap damage. Again, great at getting around stuff like resilience, and a fantastic character to just chuck as your captain. Their switch ability too will remove slot bind and paralysis by 4 turns. It also removes ship bind by 4 turns, removing paralysis and slot bind on themselves, sorry. They're a fantastic Super Sugo Fest too. Next, we've got Ace and Yamato, another very, very good new starting character. The upside to this particular unit as a captain is they have very good multipliers, and they remove both bind and special bind for 10 turns. So no matter which one you are going to have a double whammy of 2 very annoying debuff removals. They also buff Free Spirit, which is one of the best classes in the game. And as a swap, they have the ability to give a chain boundary effect as well as an ignite, which then they can actually give a conditional boost to as well. This is a lot of extra damage. It's great at clearing very, very fast old content. And if you are running speed teams, you can just switch with this unit every single turn and rely on that burn to actually get the damage done. So very, very powerful character. Ace and Yamato have a lot of very good supports as well. And if you pick up this character, this is a character I would want to search for early on if you are re-rolling for a new account. Next, we've got Roger and Whitebeard. One of the best PvP characters in the entire game. I wouldn't chase this guy just because, like, if you don't have him, you don't have him. Nowadays, he's just being power crept in regular play. But if you pull him, he's just going to be very, very good for a lot of your early teams. The upside to this character is that he's just one of the best PvP characters in the game. You put him on a slasher team, but if you do end up getting Roger on the 10th multi, it's not a big upsetting draw factor if you miss out on this character. Just like Straw Hat Crew V2, if you miss out on the unit, it's not going to be the end of the world because you have other Luffys to be replaced. Anything else that I have that I've sort of glossed over, Yamato, like these are all characters that you just don't have to worry about. Kaido, the Luffy. Uta, you are going to pick up Uta for free on the 15th multi. She is phenomenal. As a new player, definitely a very, very good character because she removes Special Reverse and Paralysis by 10 turns as her leader. She buffs Strikers, which is one of the best classes in the game, and then she has the utility of Int and Cerebral too. But on top of that, her special gives a turn progression activation effect for Cerebral Striker characters at 2.5 times attack and 2 times Orb Boost, which then she can get on the next turn, and then that way you don't have to worry about it at all. It's just, interrupts at all. It's just going to keep accumulating, and it's very, very powerful. Great at damage output, very, very good utility as a leader, and if you're building striker teams, or cerebral teams, she's usually going to be your leader. As for everything else, Robin is, I'm going to put an asterisk there. You pull Robin, very, 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 very happy. You're going to see her pop up on a lot of big damage teams when those big damage events like Super Boss come around. If you pull her, great, but look, I probably wouldn't chase Robin nowadays. I feel like, and same with Big Mom, I feel like nowadays, if you don't have them, look, you don't have them. You're just not doing big numbers. They're not really going to help you get to the end goal. But if you do have them, you are going to do very, very well. Kaido vs. Yamato is a character you're going to pick up on the 20th multi. This character is free. This character has a lot of value because you can either use Kaido or you can use Yamato. Now, this Yamato is majority of the use of this particular character, but the reason for that is because she boosts Striker and she boosts Free Spirit, two of the best classes in the game. She removes Despair by 10 turns just like Roger, and she has a very, very good super tandem, working very, very well with Luffy as well. So Yamato's great. You're going to get her at the 20th multi, but the big one that you guys are going to get along the way is Luffy. Now, if you guys end up sort of grinding out the game, or you want to sort of roll and see how you go, and then start again, and I don't know what you want to do, but this Luffy is what you're going to get on the 25th multi. He is one of, if not the best character in the game, so you want to be building around him. Now, the big character that you want to reroll for, alongside this particular Luffy, there's 4 characters that are fantastic units with him. First of all, you've got Nami. Nami's one of the best legends in the game still. She'll be a top 5 legend. She completely removes paralysis. She absorbs it, and then she increases her own multipliers with her special. Plus, she removes threshold with her super tandem. With her super class. Damage reduction with her special. And she gets around resilience, which is very, very nice. She has base stats, she has chain boosting, which is very rare. Plus, she has the best super tandem in the entire game, which gives you a lot of extra damage if you have the Straw Hats. The next Straw Hat that you definitely want to see is Sanji. Now, this Sanji is on the Straw Hat step. Fantastic rush character for Gear 5. However, Gear 5's rush you're most likely going to be using because this guy, his rush is for strength, dex, and quick. However, he has an ability where as a special on this as a sailor, he becomes your captain, and then you can switch out of him being captain, being a chain boundary unit, a defense up remover, which Gear 5 actually can't get around, and he can change block orbs and type orbs into recovery too, which is very, very nice. His potential and his super class and all that fun stuff that he does is almost irreplaceable for majority of teams. Finally, you've got Zoro. This particular unit is absolutely fantastic underneath Gear 5 Luffy. He's a conditional booster. When you 6+ the Luffy as well, he becomes a attack boost and a condition for the team. As a captain, he's a little bit lackluster, but an upside to the unit is he's fantastic in PvP. This is one of the best PvP characters in the game. He's just so good on free spirit teams. You can put him on slasher teams, and he's just very, very good. Other notable mentions before we go on to the big one that I would highly recommend rerolling for is Luffy Yamato, fantastic Rumble character. Not something that I would chase, but if you pick them up, be very, very happy because they are very, very good. And Kid Law, another very, very good unit for high damage output teams, but again, nothing that I would really chase. The big one, though, is Zoro and Sanji. Now, as mentioning at the start of this video, Zoro, Sanji, Yamato, and Roger and Odin are the newest Super Suga Fest units in the game. Like, not the newest on this banner, but they are the newest. Like, period. This particular character is the best, or one of the best, top 3, whatever you want to call it. For me, I think this is the best unit of the game. Their switchability is fantastic. They remove Fear as a captain. They're a Zoro and a Sanji. They're so good. Like, they are so disgustingly good. Their special gets around defense up or threshold. They work phenomenally under Gear 5. As a friend captain, they work great. As your captain, they work great. They're just a very, very good captain. On top of that, they make everyone Free Spirit Slasher, which is just so disgustingly strong. And as a sub, this unit sees so much pay. This is the unit I would reroll for. If you are rerolling and you just got maybe 1 or 2 of those other characters I mentioned, and you didn't get Zoro Sanji, reroll. So start again. However, if you picked up like 5 or 6 of those other characters along the way that I've been talking about throughout this video, then I would probably not go for this unit. But, like, this unit is going to be the best unit you can possibly pull from the banner. Gear 5 is guaranteed. There's no one better than Zoro Sanji on this banner. Yamato's great. Roger and Odin's great. If you pick them up, that's awesome. But if you are re-rolling and you are chasing a unit, this is the unit right here. But that's going to wrap up the video. Best of luck if you guys are summoning on this banner. And if you guys did manage to pull anything spicy, let me know in the comment section below. While you're down there, belt the like button, hit the subscribe button, do all that good stuff. Most importantly, if you guys are in this beautiful world, please remember to enjoy the rest of your day. As always, homies, thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one.